events. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 20 networking events each year, and oh yeah, oh yeah. Teneo is built on relationships. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Connecting meeting planners with the best hotels like 300 member hotels and DMCs worldwide. Ooh, 300 member hotels and DMCs worldwide. Teneo, na, na. All of my heart is in Teneo, na, na. Boutique to luxury, Teneo, na, na. Beaches and islands holy, then ski the mountains only at Teneo, na, na.
Yeah, we have people coming in from everywhere today. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll just wait a couple more seconds as we still have quite a few participants rapidly joining us here. Good afternoon, everybody. All right. Well, I think we got a quorum. We've got a whole bunch of people joining us today. So good afternoon. Welcome everybody to another Teneo Showcase. Today we're featuring a couple of great newly opened or newly revitalized properties, and we're excited to showcase these two properties for everyone today. Joining me today, well, as your host, I'm Jamie Bruce, Senior Vice President with Teneo Hospitality. And joining us today, we're going to be talking about today with the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida, and the Limelight Denver in Denver, Colorado. Our presenters today, David Waba is head of sales for the wonderful complex at Caribe Royale. And then Sonny Kirstens, Sonny's the VP of sales for Aspen Hospitality. He'll probably tell us a little bit about that company. And then we also have Julie Monroe from the hotel, group sales manager at the Limelight Hotel Denver. Look forward to hearing lots about both of these properties. Couple quick reminders today. We thank everybody for joining us. You can see already the chat box is really active. Please stay engaged with us during the presentation. Throw your questions in there. We'll try to answer as much as we can during the presentation, and then I'll keep an eye on it and try to bring it together on any key points. We will have a Q&A after each hotel presents. And then also we have a quick trivia, so please pay attention. We have a quick trivia contest after each hotel, and lucky winner will get a chance to go experience each of these wonderful properties. Just as a reminder, the showcase is being recorded. As a follow-up, we'll send out the presentation, and we'll also send you the recording so you can share it with anybody else on your team or anybody else that you feel would benefit from seeing the information about these great hotels. So without any more to do, David Waba, the floor is yours. Take it away.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much. And good afternoon and good morning to those of you on the West Coast. My name is David Waba, I'm Director of Sales here at the new Caribe Royale Orlando. As I was going through the attendee list, there were a lot of familiar names. So some of you have already seen our new and improved Caribe Royale here in Orlando, but there were many names and many customers that have not seen our hotel. So I want to welcome back those who I am familiar with and those who I've met, and look forward to introducing to those who are not familiar with Caribe Royale. A great presentation I had. And we say new Caribe Royale because we have been around for 25 years, but really in the last 3 years, there's been a massive reimagination and transformation of our great resort here in Orlando. So we will go through the slides, and again, feel free to ask questions in the chat box, and make sure you listen because we got a prize for you at the end. So the first slide I want to share with you is kind of our image. We call it our hero shot. It's a shot from the front of the hotel, and what you can see in front of you is our 3 towers. We have about 400 suites in each tower, making up 1,200 suites. We also have 120 villas. I'm not going to bore you with numbers throughout the presentation, but just keep in mind we are a big convention hotel here in Orlando, over 1,300 suites and villas. And you can see how we're laid out, very, very conveniently laid out for a big convention hotel. For those of you familiar with the Orlando area, this is going to look very familiar, but if you are not, what I'd like to kind of level set for everyone is where Caribe Royale is in relation to maybe some of the more traditional landmarks that you are familiar with here in town. The airport, of course, just east of the city. We're a short 15-minute drive to the airport. And we're right in the action. We call it the convention hotel corridor, the tourism corridor. You've got Walt Disney World just on the other side of I-4 from us. Of course, the other big parks here, SeaWorld and Universal, the convention center nearby. You know, if you draw kind of a circle from Disney through us and up around Universal, that's where the majority of the convention hotels are here in Orlando. We're a good neighbor hotel. We're Disney. We're not a theme park hotel by any means, but we are very close to all of them. So really give you a great option to have a great meeting here, but also a lot to do nearby. When we began our reimagination a couple of years ago, we wanted to make sure we carved out a place here in the Orlando Convention hotel market, which is very saturated with a lot of big convention hotels. And we really wanted to differentiate ourselves from the rest of our competitive set. And there were really a few things that I thought stood out that really made us different. The first one is the amount of money our owners have invested in Caribe Royale, and to the tune of $140 million. That is a lot of money, and it was a lot of money very well spent, and we'll show you how it was well spent over the next few slides. But really the next bullet point to me is kind of a unicorn in this market. There are a lot of 4-diamond hotels in Orlando, a lot of all-suite hotels, and a lot of convention hotels, but there's not one that combines all of those 3 very important items. So we're the only 4-diamond all-suite convention hotel, very unique, not only in Orlando, probably most of Florida, if not most of the country. Will you find, it'd be difficult to find a hotel of our size that is all-suite and a 4-diamond. All the meeting spaces on one level. We know that is critically important for all of you meeting planners to know that your attendees can go from one meeting room to the breakout room right next to each other. And we've got some of the best meeting space, most convenient meeting space in town. We're privately owned, independently managed. What does that mean for all of you? It means very little red tape. We removed all of that. A lot of us on the leadership team here came from the big branded hotel world in town. And we took all of our great learnings from that part of the industry. But we got rid of the stuff that we thought was just kind of taking up time and causing a lot of headaches. So we removed a lot of the red tape. We make very quick decisions. We know how important that is. And we want to make sure we work with our customers as best as possible to make really quick, easy decisions. And we do all of that in a relaxed, tropical, Floridian vibe. So we're not a kind of a stuffy convention hotel that you might be familiar with here in town. We really embrace the footprint of our resort. There's a lot of outdoor components to Caribe Royale. And so we brought all of that into how we sell and how we position Caribe Royale. So let's go into some of the images. So again, the only all-suite convention hotel in Orlando. The first image you're going to see is an image of our guest room. So this would be the traditional guest room in another hotel. This is just one part of our suite. At Caribe Royale, you can see it's very modern. You walk into the front door of the suite, you've got a living space, you've got a work area, you've got a TV right there. So this would be considered an upgrade at other hotels. Here, it is a standard room. We're also very unique, and we've got a villa product. So not only do we have suites, we have 120 villas, 1,200 square feet. You can see a living area. We just saw the bedroom. We've got a full kitchen and dining room right there. We also have a second bedroom just off the back and full laundry facility. So couple our suite product with our villa product, and you've got a really unique guest room offering for conventions. All of our villas, of course, have these great lanais, and so a nice offering from a room standpoint. I mentioned all the meeting space on one level. I think we got great space. The first image you're going to see is an aerial view of our resort. So the three towers that I showed you on the initial slide, you can see them kind of in the bottom right-hand corner. That's where the majority of our guest suites are. The villas that I just showed you are kind of top right. You can see the 120 villas, but really want to show you our convention center. Our convention center, as we take a detailed look at it, has 3 big ballrooms. Part of our reimagination was adding our Palms ballroom. So having that third ballroom here in Orlando is critical. It is a beautiful ballroom, 50,000 square feet to go along with our other 2 ballrooms, 40,000 and 26,000. And you can see the corresponding breakout rooms. And again, all of these are on one level, all next to each other. The next slide you're going to see is really our pride and joy, which is our brand new Palms Ballroom. It was beautifully designed, really well done, and you can see kind of the look and feel of it. Great atrium, great built-in registration area, and of course, for all your meeting planners, great war room and a boardroom right in the back of that registration area. I discussed privately owned and independently managed, and we're fiercely independent, and we wear that with pride. And at every interaction, we really try to work as closely with our customers as possible. And we think we've done a pretty good job. The next slide, you'll see our meeting planner scores that, oh, sorry, before we get to the scores, we do have a bullseye that we in the hotel on the sales side and on the event side is what we strive for. And that is the word effortless. And that's a word that each of you is going to define differently. But for us, it's to try to make the interactions with sales and the interactions with events as easy and smooth as possible. There are always going to be bumps in the road along the way. I don't need to tell you guys that, but we are here to work with you to make sure that we can, at least for the hotel side of it, you feel like you've got a true partner, because you've got a lot of the other components of your event that you've got to focus on. You don't want the hotel to be an impediment to that. So we are going to work closely with you to maybe get to that bullseye. And for the first couple of years, the scores from our meeting planners has been phenomenal. These are scores from 2023. So just kind of coming out of our transition, we've got an overall event experience of 9.6 out of 10, about 128 responses. And, you know, that's overall event experience, rate the hotel out of 10. And if you kind of do the math on that, that means we out of the 128, maybe 95 of the scores were 10s. And human nature is such that very difficult to give anyone a 10 on anything. So the fact that we've been able on the hotel side to get so many 10s means we're hitting the mark. And then if you look at some of the key areas, the key drivers, as we call them, banquet staff, we got tremendous banquet staff, and can't be any more important for your meeting. And then overnight accommodations, not surprisingly, when you've got great brand new suite accommodations, that is a key driver. And I really want to take you on the feel of the resort. So kind of transfer or kind of be a part of what it is to be at Caribe Royale Orlando, where today it's 75 and sunny. That shot could have been taken today. Our iconic waterfall and our pool area that is surrounded by our guest suite towers. You have to be outside when you're at Caribe Royale. Take advantage of our skylights, our floor-to-ceiling windows. This is the check-in area. You can see what we did with the wallpaper behind the front desk, similar to the wallpaper behind my head. This is the top of the stairs going down towards the waterfall that we just showed you. Again, very bright, very tropical, floor-to-ceiling windows everywhere. But we wanted to have some fun. We felt there was Caribe Royale can be a convention hotel here in Orlando where, yeah, we do great meetings, but we can have fun as well, because that's always a key part of an event. So we created the Rum Bar featuring Bacardi. So this was our boring lobby bar, is now a fun, exciting, vibrant lobby bar that we call the Rum Bar. We also added some other food and beverage venues. We just opened our Starbucks about a year ago. So we run it. This is our Starbucks, our associates. So that's great, right off of the lobby. Right outside our pool area, we've got a great fun bar that we call Calypso's. A great place to hang out. This is on the way from the lobby to the guest suites and to the convention center. This place is busy as soon as we open for lunch until we close in the evening. We also offer fine dining restaurant as well. So Venetian Chop House, more of a traditional steakhouse chop house, and so that there is different levels of dining here at the resort. But really the next couple of slides are kind of a game changer for us. And I want to spend a minute or so talking to all of you about the Stadium Club. So when we were beginning the transition and the transformation a couple of years ago, we wanted to make sure that we had a venue on property where our attendees, our group attendees specifically, had a place to go. We had the lobby bar and we had the pool bar, and that's great. But we really didn't have a place where they could kind of spend a lot of time that was big, where we can do group events. So we commissioned a group out of South Florida to come up with this great concept. And we called Stadium Club. We just opened it a month ago. Very exciting. It's a 2-level high-end sports bar, high energy, interactive. We've got simulator bays that aren't just golf, but simulator bays that have all kinds of sports: golf, baseball, hockey, football, basketball. And it is, again, interactive, high energy, great state-of-the-art AV. We've got big screens all around the Stadium Club, and groups can buy it out, the top floor, the bottom floor. You can buy out the whole venue, fit about 450, 500 people at capacity. So big enough to do a group, a large group. It has been extremely well received, and we are very, very excited to make that part of our food and beverage venues here at the resort. And we've also got some more traditional Florida type outdoor event venues. Of course, having an event by the pool is something that a lot of groups still love to do, and we've got capacities up there up to 1,200. But our final kind of purpose-built outdoor venue, and we're thrilled to have introduced it a couple of months ago, is a place that we call the Grove. So this is brand new, 20,000 square foot purpose-built outdoor event venue. We can do groups here, 1,000 to 1,200 people. Great landscaping, turf. We can do all kinds of lighting. You can see back there by the water feature, any color lighting you want. And again, this is just outside of our Palms Ballroom. So very well situated for groups. We can do breakfast, lunch, dinner, receptions, you name it, we can do it out here. So really, to recap, Caribe Royale, we're almost a brand new, a new build, if you will. We've been around 25 years, but the last 3 years have seen a massive $140 million transformation, 1,300 suites and villas, 3 big ballrooms in a great destination, and wonderful, wonderful food and beverage venues, including the Stadium Club, which just opened, and the Grove. And look forward to working with those of you who have had the opportunity to be here. And I know we're working with some of you already and can't wait to introduce Caribe Royale Orlando to the rest of you.
Fantastic. David, that was great. It's exciting to see everything that you guys have done there, you and Amari, pulling together, really thoughtfully designing the group experience. You know, it's just a exciting thing to see here in Orlando with all the great options that are in the city. But this is something that, as you stated from the beginning, both by where its proximity is, but just how you operate, it's a great alternative. And what I've, you know, I love the phrase, you know, fiercely independent, right? And I think it's probably music to the ears of many people on the showcase today, as you know, as an owner operator, and the point you said of, you know, just being able to make fast decisions that are right for the client, right for the program, and you know, making a program as effortless as possible, as frictionless as possible. So kudos to you guys. And
Thank you, Jim.
so many nice amenities. What I found interesting with the resort is that, you know, while you clearly have the capacity to host very large programs, this isn't a resort spread out across 5 miles. Can you talk a little bit about that in terms of the ability to manage large groups or multiple groups together?
Yeah, that's a great point, Jamie. And in fact, fortuitously and coincidentally, the image you see on the left really helps kind of paint the picture. So that's one of our entrances into the convention center. And we really kind of divide our convention center into 2 halves. One half is our 26,000 square foot ballroom, and the other half are the other 2 ballrooms. And this side that you're looking at right now could really be a standalone kind of ballroom and breakout space area. We can do groups here up to about 300 people. And of course, we can break it down based on the flexibility of our ballroom. So we do groups of all sizes. I just like to give the capacity of what we can do. But based on the fact that our ballrooms really have corresponding breakout rooms, we could separate groups out and kind of give you secluded, exclusive space within our convention center. And the picture on the left shows you that is one area of our convention center where we tend to do some of our smaller groups.
Got it. And it kind of circles around the accommodation buildings that you showed.
Yeah,
so
and
you
the other
got
thing I do want to mention, our 3 towers have 400 suites in each tower. So it's not quite 3 separate hotels, but none of our towers has any more than 400 suites. So you really don't think you're in a 1,300 room convention hotel because of the way the towers are laid out. So it does have more of an intimate feel, if you will.
Great. And so you pointed out there, you've got a couple of new key venues, but the Grove for the outdoor space next to the Palm, and really thoughtfully designed. It looks like that's got really incredible access. You could probably pull an 18-wheeler right up into that ballroom or into the to the Grove. Is that the case?
Yeah. So one of the advantages that we've been able to take advantage of from the original construction and design of the resort is everything is on street level. There are no stairs or escalators or elevators anywhere in the convention center. And our loading dock, almost literally, you open up the loading dock door and you open up the garage door from one section of our ballrooms, and it's almost a straight, you know, kind of a 30-foot drive right into the ballroom. We have had some planners say that their setup time at our hotel has been cut by 24 hours. And so that's amazing when you can think about the time saving and the cost saving, not to mention the convenience of being able to just load street level right into any of our 3 ballrooms.
Yeah, that's great. Well, having living locally and close to the resort, having a chance to be over there several times, it's really exciting. So congratulations to you guys again, and pulling together a wonderful experience over the last several years. So great. Well, I think we've done a pretty good job of answering as many questions as we could through the chat. We've captured all that. So anything that we've missed between David and I and the team, we'll get answers back to those folks on key questions. At this point, I'd love to turn it over to Dana Wendell, VP of Marketing for Teneo, and take us through it's trivia time.
Yeah, we have a wonderful experience for one of our lucky attendees today. So we're going to put up a poll right now. So that will have a question. So just select your answer. But the Caribe Royale Orlando has just completed an incredible reimagination, which cost. Answer now. We'll take a few moments. And with that, David, what is the correct answer?
It is 140 million.
Amazing, amazing. So we will alert the winner after the show, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, David.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Tina. Wonderful. Well, let's now shift to the other side of the country, to Denver, Colorado, and also a very different type of hotel, different design, different positioning, different strategy. We're really excited to introduce to you a new hotel, but also for many of the folks on the call, maybe also a new brand that's not necessarily brand new, but has a rich history, and we look forward to sharing all those details. So we have Sonny Kirsteins, who's going to present to us along with Julie Monroe, and tell us a little bit about the brand, tell us about the hotel, and take it away. Sonny K.
You got it. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Jamie. And welcome, everybody. We're thrilled to talk about Limelight Denver here today. Julie is going to do most of the talking about the hotel itself, but I wanted to start by talking a little bit about what Jamie just mentioned, which is the Limelight brand. So Limelight has a very deep and rich history in Aspen. We are part of Aspen One, which is the parent company that is over Aspen Ski Company, Aspen Hospitality, and Aspen X, which is the retail arm. So Aspen Hospitality has been in existence for about a year now. We just passed our 1 year anniversary. At our core, we're of course the company that has the little Nell right at the base of Aspen Aspen Resort rather. We have Limelight Aspen, and we have Limelight Snowmass, and also Limelight Ketchum in Sun Valley. Limelight Denver is a super exciting project for us because it's the first of what will be many new Limelight hotels popping up in a multitude of locations. Obviously, today is going to be all about Denver, but we also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, we also have properties opening up in the next 12 to 24 months in Boulder, Colorado, big convention center there, Mammoth, California, and then our second Little Nell hotel, which is going to be in Rockefeller Center, New York, and then many more to come on top of that. So Limelight, we are the hub of connection and a springboard for renewal and exploration, and this property really fits that brand profile in so many ways. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Julie, who's going to tell a little bit more about the details here about Limelight Denver.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be speaking with all of you today. Like Sunny mentioned, we are really a springboard to be the hub of connection in the middle and heart of downtown, surrounded by a lot of nightlife, lots of restaurants, bars, all the fun things that you can think of. So we're super excited to be in the middle of everything. And really just be that effortless place for anyone and everyone to come and be a part of our lobby, which you can see in this picture here. Really want to create a co-working space, but also a space for people who are on vacation and just there to relax with family and friends as well. A little bit about where we are location-wise. So most commonly people are coming to Denver via the RTD system, or the A line, what we call it. That's going directly from Denver International straight to our front door. It's about 100 feet from our entrance, which is amazing. Pay about $11 each way, and it's a 35-minute ride where you can hang out. You don't have to worry about sitting in downtown traffic just to get to our front door. We're surrounded by Ball Arena, as well as Empower Field, where the Broncos play. And then, of course, hundreds and hundreds of concerts as well taking place at the arena, maybe about a 5-minute walk away. In total, we've got about 200 rooms, and then valet parking here, of course, down in downtown, an on-site restaurant, and then 14,000 square feet of meeting space that we'll touch on a little bit more as we go through the presentation here, along with a lot of other amenities as well. A great picture here of our rooms and suites. Double queen here in this picture. Most of our inventory in terms of our counts are going to be between single kings and double queens. 1-bedroom suites, we've got 17, and then specialty suites, which include our Limelight suite and our Bourne suite, which are a little over 1,000 square feet. You can see in this picture here, we have a very specific aesthetic, kind of giving you that Colorado feel, even though you're right in the middle of the city. That knotty pine wood is in all of our rooms, and kind of gives you that feel that, of course, now that we are and have transitioned over to Limelight, still giving you that mountainous, chic aesthetic. But like I said, looking out your window, you can see mountains on one side and the city on the other. So you're getting really the best of both worlds in terms of guest room views. And then going into some amenities that you've got when you stay with us, those art pieces that you see at our front desk, right as you walk into the reception area, are a big key in Limelight Denver and what we stand for. We've got over about $700,000 worth of original art here in the hotel, and that's scattered all through the lobby, meeting space, and guest rooms, which is a really fun and awesome aesthetic to our property as well. You'll find when you come into the lobby, you'll hear some birds chirping just while waiting for the elevator, actually, which is a really fun key and interactive art piece that we have and have had for a very long time in partnership with the Museum of Contemporary Art. So they're about 2 blocks down from us, which you do have free admission to when you stay with us as part of an amenity. We do have a fitness center here on property. Limelight and our brand as a whole really want to showcase a few things in terms of fitness and wellness. And of course, sustainability plays a part in that as well. So fitness center here on property, as well as access to the Colorado Athletic Club, which is about 3 or 4 blocks from our property here. In addition to that, we have some complimentary bikes available for people to take and ride around Denver, of course, when it's sunny and beautiful like it is today. And as you can see in this picture here behind me on our beautiful terrace. So we really want to, of course, sustainability is a huge factor in today's world. And we really want that to be a core value for not only us as employees, but as for our guests as well. So those are available to you when you stay with us to go explore, along with a courtesy car with our Tesla that will take you around town as well to see Denver, both the city and the mountains when you want to. Moving on to our special event spaces. As you can see in the picture here, and of course behind me is our beautiful Nordic terrace, which plays a part in the whole amount of our square footage, which is 14,000. So residing on the 2nd and the 3rd floor of our hotel, we have 3 ballrooms, 2 boardrooms, and then of course some outside space here, which is connected to our largest ballroom, which gives you an amazing overlook of Union Station, which you can truly see how close we are in terms of transportation wise to the RTD line. Anything from corporate to weddings is really our specialty. But we love anything, right? So in terms of ideal group sizes, Sunny and I always like to say that our ideal group size is 200 rooms, 200 people. But if we're talking about real sweet spots, we would be anywhere in between probably 75 to about 140. So the variety of our ballrooms really gives us some flexibility in terms of indoor and outdoor space, for both social and corporate groups all throughout the week and the seasons, of course. Colorado's weather is always a little hit or miss, but our summer months are great to utilize. And then, of course, in the winter, you still get a beautiful landscape to look over. And then as you can see here, this is a little bit more in depth of our meeting spaces and capacities. Aspen Ballroom being our largest space at about 3,500 square feet. And then each of our ballrooms does have air walls. So we do have awesome flexibility for breakouts if we're reusing space or reusing some other ballrooms that are right down the hall. Aspen is breaking up into 3. And that is what is connected to our terrace overlooking Union Station, which we can use for receptions, meal space, anything and everything that you can think of. We've gotten pretty creative. If You got a group that's very into yoga. We've done yoga on the terrace, which is an amazing view, especially in the mornings here in Colorado. The boardrooms are really great and amazing, some of my favorite spaces. And if I didn't already mention, we have natural lighting, as we are very lucky to have all of our meeting space above ground. So full natural light, at least 2 full walls, some with 3 of natural light and windows in every single space to really give you a light and airy space. We know that airflow is important for a lot of people, so you're not kind of down in a basement. You really get to feel the sun on your face even while you're in programs. Second floor here for Aspen Ballroom, and the remainder of the meeting space over here shows you kind of the layout of how close they are, but also if you've got 2 different groups going on, you don't have to worry about noise or anything of that.
I think one important feature to note as well, this is Sunny again, is that all of the meeting space has windows, as Julie referenced. Our entire comp set in downtown here, lower downtown, meeting space is subterranean. So not only are you coming to, quite frankly, the premier location in downtown Denver, but in those meetings, you get the open air views, as Julie mentioned, that you quite simply just can't find anywhere else down here.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely right. There's, like he said, everything is subterranean. So having that natural light here in Denver is really a luxury because it's not necessarily common within the other properties surrounding us. And then another floor plan here of our 3rd floor, just above the remainder, and our smallest ballroom here, Kenosha, is about 1,200 square feet. That foyer space used as pre-function, meals, receptions, and then of course another boardroom, natural light as well, that we use for a lot of executive meetings, your C-level people. The greatest thing about our boardrooms is they do include basic AV, so you're not having to worry about necessarily renting anything extra. It's got a monitor, the Polycom, Wi-Fi, and then some power as well for you as in your meetings. And then last but not least, we've got Citizen Rail, which is our on-site restaurant. Citizen Rail, of course, named as a play on words, as we are so close to the RTD and the rail system, is an amazing location right in downtown. As you can see, it does have natural light as well, just surrounding the entire floor plan. There is also a patio right outside as well. So we really focus on our farm to table cuisine, locally sourced vegetables. We do have a dry aging room, which we are really well known for, cooking over fire, which you can see from all of our chefs on the line while you're dining in the restaurant. The best thing about our food and beverage, which we really like to pride ourselves on, is the food and beverage curated in Citizen Rail is also curated through our banquet and catering menus. So you are getting that same locally sourced treats, meat, vegetables, and then of course a really great cocktail program and an amazing wine list to on top of that we can service both in the restaurant as well on the group side for anyone who is a wine connoisseur and would like to have those available to their guests as well. We've got the breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day, and then we are doing live music on Fridays just to ensure that we are really keeping the vibe of the restaurant lively. And if you're staying with us or not, we're a great local spot as well. But groups, of course, are utilizing the restaurant all the time, especially for full buyouts or partial buyouts in the restaurant as well, just because of the sizing of the restaurant. But yeah, that is our amazing spot to go and eat and, of course, get coffee in the morning as well. And that pretty much wraps everything up about our property. We really appreciate everyone being here and just listening to hear what we have to say about Limelight Denver. And we're super excited to welcome you all here.
Very cool. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Sunny. Wow. Exciting to see this new brand, this hotel. You know, I'm a new brand, but you have all this rich history with Aspen Ski Company. You have a few hotels now and several more on the way, a couple different brands as well. But you really get that sense, you know, it's that sense of place, you know, in terms of the design and just the character of the hotel. It really, you know, has for a downtown hotel, you still are very clearly in Denver. And I think that's the whole environment getting out to explore. You got a great hotel, but you're footsteps away from the local scene, the downtown scene, which is super cool with restaurants and all the activities that you talked about. Just fantastic. So just to, there are a couple points that came through, and I think we've been answering. You guys have done a really good job of answering questions. So 200 rooms and a little over 12,000 square feet. So yeah, you're perfect for a 10-room group, but you can also easily accommodate your whole hotel. And I guess you probably do both of those on a weekly basis, a monthly basis at least, probably at many times hosting a few small groups, but also the opportunity for companies to come in, organizations to come in and buy out the whole hotel. So that's
Absolutely.
cool.
Absolutely. And we've got one of those coming up in the next couple months, which is amazing. We have a full meeting space and a full room buyout. So it is absolutely doable for those groups that want to feel like they have the entire property to themselves, because they will. It's an awesome opportunity to make it a very intimate feel, while still having all of the space to themselves, but then being in the heart of downtown to, of course, go and explore for any nighttime activities, even though, of course, we'd love to host them then too. But then, yes, like you said, very versatile, and also being able to host executive meetings for, 10 to 15 people in our boardrooms. But a lot of flexibility in terms of the versatility of our ballrooms here on property to host anything from, like you said, 10 to 200 people.
And the culinary experience for banquets and events comes directly from your signature restaurant there, which is very, very unique. So that's a great feature. You mentioned you're 100 yards from Union Station. So I haven't had the pleasure of I haven't been smart enough to think about that coming in Denver, but that sure does feel convenient coming right in from the airport.
Absolutely. Hopping right off the train, you're literally 100 feet from the front door, just coming down a quick ramp, and you hit our valet porte-cochere and then come straight in through the front door. So it's about a 35-minute ride. And as of now, the price is $10.50 each way, which is amazing and the most cost effective. Of course, ride shares are available. But an Uber is an Uber, and still about a 40-minute drive, but you're going to pay obviously a little bit more to take an Uber all the way from DIA to downtown. So that train is just the most cost effective, the most sustainable option that we find our guests are utilizing every single day.
That's great. And avoids the traffic on the highway.
And avoids the traffic, exactly.
Convenient way to take in the scene as you're arriving in downtown. So that's
great.
great. That's great. Well, we appreciate you both taking the time to share all the exciting things about the property today. So thank you very much. I think
Thank you.
Now we will pass it on to Dana once again to take us to trivia time.
Yeah, we have an amazing experience at this hotel and game tickets to one of the ball games that's nearby. So the poll is going to pop up right now. And the question is, what animal do you hear in the hotel lobby when you arrive? So make your select your answer now, and we will reveal it. And Julie, you did mention this, so what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is chirping birds.
Love that. And I did hear it. It's quite magical.
Yeah, they're super fun. Sometimes you don't know where they're coming from until you realize that they're there.
Common theme today, birds in both locations. Birds, I think in Orlando, I think there were some monkeys running around in Dave's background there a little bit, but well, fantastic. Well, thank you again, Sunny and Julie. It's great to learn about the property, and I'm sure our clients, as we can see the comments, there's a lot of excitement about considering the property for upcoming programs and coming to visit you guys, which of course, seeing is believing. Getting there face to face to really experience it will help a lot of folks. Hopefully bring some programs your way.
Yes, we're super excited. Thank you.
Well, great. Well, thanks again, Dave and Julie and Sunny, for presenting today. Thank you to all of our great clients that joined us today, and for Team Teneo, thank you for pulling this together. Just as a kind of future dates, we have a couple more reminders. Our next exclusive look is going to be for the Peppermill Arena, coming up on March 28th. So the end of next month. We're actually, I guess, one day away from the current month, but great hotel in Reno, Nevada, the Peppermill Resort. And then our next showcase after that, April 25th, will be featuring our large hotels, large convention hotels. So keep an eye out on that. We'll be sending some reminder and invitations coming your way very soon. But as I said earlier, we'll share out the recording from today as well as the presentation deck. We want to thank everybody again for joining us. Have a great remainder of your day. Cheers.
Teneo Unana. All of my heart is in Teneo Unana. Boutique to luxury, Teneo Unana. Beaches and islands hold me, then ski the mountains only at Teneo Unana. Let's talk about the Teneo difference. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 20 networking events each year and oh yeah, oh yeah. Teneo is built on relationships. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Connecting meeting planners with the best hotels like ooh.